Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, world, and welcome to episode 7 of Ball Don't Lie. I'm your host, Jerry, with my lucky sidekick,
Starkey.
There we go. Threw him off there, folks. Starkey, a lot's happened in a week.
A lot and not much at the same
week.
time.
I think we've done a good planning the past 30 minutes for the show and kind of our lineup, how it's going to go. We talked a little bit about what we're going to talk about today, but we finally got the lineup set for today. I think it's going to be a good show. We're back at it next hour to hour and a half, folks. Whatever you're doing, if you're driving,
maybe shorter, maybe longer. Who really knows at this point?
Yes, if you're driving to or from work, cutting the grass, at the gym, trying to fall asleep at night, thank you for making us your number one podcast listen. Folks, other news, we are still looking for a sponsor.
Yes, 100%.
Ball Don't Lie, we are up to 55 people now. We're at 50. We're hovering at 50 the past couple of weeks. Now we're at 55. Folks, now is the time to get in on the bottom level. Because like right now, folks, the Grizzlies, they don't have a sponsor right now in their jersey. But right now, I've heard from rumors that the bidding war is outrageous now because of number 12, Ja Morant. Folks, I'm trying to save you that time. Go ahead. Shoot us an email. Shoot us a little message on Spotify. You now message people on Spotify. And you can shoot us a message on the video. Shoot us a message. We'll get into negotiations. We're relatively cheap right now.
Yeah.
Times will change. We will renegotiate contracts down the road, though. But you have our word. We are loyal to a T. Unlike LeBron, we are loyal. So, folks, come on, reach out to us. Talk to your bosses. Talk to your spouse. Give us a sponsor. Our 55 viewers want to hear from you. If you have any impending questions, please feel free to contact us. DM us on social media. See me at the office, everybody. Shoot me a text.
Come down to the Delta and hit me up.
There we go. Come down to the Delta. Go to Alligator, Mississippi, baby. I
can meet you in Alligator for sure.
Let's go, baby. Go to Crawdads. Shoot us a message on YouTube. Also, folks, don't forget YouTube. We're still there. Remember, if you watch the video, hit the subscribe button, please. Every like and subscribe counts towards us.
And we really appreciate it, too.
Getting that check mark beside us down the road. Who knows, folks? This summer, we could have merch coming out. Don't know. Starkey, let's just jump into it right now.
Let's do it.
We had a very eventful weekend in college basketball.
Yes, 100%.
I believe you want to say what I wanted to say. Go ahead and say it. What happened for the first time in college basketball history, buddy?
This Saturday, the first time ever, the top 6 teams in the top 25 all lost. March Maddness started in
February 26. You had Gonzaga going down to their rival, St. Mary's. Gosh, I love the Gales. I love them. Well, we're going to hit on this in a second. That win jumped them skyrocketed because a couple weeks ago they were maybe an 8-9. Now they were 5 per multiple sports sites. Have them at a 5. You had Mr. Woo Pigs. Gosh, Eric Musselman can do no wrong. I love that guy. All 5'3" of him.
He's governor of Arkansas, Eric Musselman.
He's like 5'5". Well, hopefully he doesn't have enough scandals like Bill Clinton had. No scandals, please.
Not going to go there, but
we are non-politics folks. We're just throwing little jabs here and there. But holy cow. You know, they don't even have a guy on that roster. They've beaten 2 top 10 teams this year. Granted, both are at home, but you beat the number 1 team, Auburn, and then we turn around and beat Kentucky. I thought we were going to blow it. We jumped out to a 13-point lead, and then the last 3 minutes of the first half, we lost our 13-point lead down to a 6. Ended up trailing early in the second half. I thought it was over. I said, well, we tried. Let's get ready for LSU and Tennessee to end the season. Heck no. This team kept fighting. How about Mr. JD Notae? Guys, he can do no wrong. I love that guy. Shooter's going to shoot. And Jalen Williams leads the country in charges drawn. He's 6'10". He's had 15 straight games with double doubles. I love it. He can stretch. He's a stretch big. And here's the funny thing. He's not on any NBA radars right now. He's not on any NBA radars. He should be.
You know what that means, though?
One more.
It's
Hey,
going to be a steal.
I'd honestly want him to run it back one more year. Because we've talked about this team we got next year. I want him to run it back one more time. So JD Notae right now, folks, is averaging 19 points a game. I want to say he's leading the SEC in scoring. He had 30 points on Saturday. And
How
once
easy to do against Kentucky, regardless of what year it is.
Well, so I was actually, let me hit on Jalen Williams real fast. Sorry. Jalen Williams is averaging 10 and 10. Not the best numbers, but doing it in the SEC is impressive.
Hey, it's a double-double.
A double-double. I'll take it. So one thing I want to talk about, it was popped up during the Arkansas game. Did you know Calipari's changed his mindset on how he coaches and recruits?
Really?
So remember, years ago, it was always Kentucky was one and dones, correct? Since he's been there.
Yes.
Well, the past 5 years, his average team age has gotten older and older. He's starting to hit the transfer portal. Even though the portal's only been there about two or 3 years now, he's hitting it more and more aggressively, trying to get those grad transfers, get other people, have them redshirt a year.
Yeah.
He's hitting that, and it's honestly working for him.
I mean, that's what it's there for. I mean, if it's working, why not? I mean, why stop doing it?
I mean, it's funny how the kind of college basketball is changing a little. It's going from one and dones to now, hey, well, run and dones are still things though. But if you really want to win, get some veteran guys. Get the transfer.
You need some experience for sure.
There was one. Speaking of the transfer portal, they had one guy, Oscar Teshuibe. I mispronounced his name. I'm sorry. This guy, he's 6'9", 255, transfer porter from West Virginia. He absolutely murdered Arkansas. 30 and 18. 30 points, 18 rebounds. And the majority of his rebounds were offensive rebounds.
Which is really huge. I mean, because you need someone who clears the boards on both sides, but those offensive rebounds are what really can help you stay in a game.
Oh, 100%. I am a little worried, though. I don't think they're going to make a run this year. They have the talent like they always do, but when they can't shoot the three, they're terrible.
Yeah. Very true.
It was. I think they were 3 of 11. Their best shooter didn't make a three till about the three. Didn't make a three till probably like the 5-minute mark left in the game on Saturday. He went 35 minutes without making a three. Pretty terrible. But Ole Miss, you want to hit on that or do you want to skip it? I know it's a subject for you.
Very, very briefly. Very, very sore subject. Like we said last week and probably the week before, I love Kermit Davis. Excited when we hired him. It's time for Kermit to go to the house. I think he got in way over his head when he came to the SEC. He's coaching. I saw somebody on Twitter. I wish I could take credit for this, but I can't. He's coaching like it's 1950, and he's recruiting like he's still at Middle Tennessee. That's not going to get you anywhere when it comes to the SEC.
Well, here's the thing, though. He actually is bringing some decent recruits in. He brought a high 4, low 5, Matthew Murdo.
Yeah, which we talked about off the air. Should have never been able to leave Memphis except for IMG.
But, I mean, let me pull up his. I mean, I agree. I didn't like the hire. I wanted the old Ohio State coach. Forgot his name.
I can't think of it either.
Let me look it up. I wanted him, Thad Matta. Yeah, it was Thad Matta. I wanted when I was in Ole Miss. for when they fired Andy Kennedy. I wanted Thad Matta there. Thad Matta did not want the job. But let me see one sec. Sorry, folks. But Kermit was a good hire at the time. I remember seeing people rave about it. Right now, he's actually got the number 32 overall recruiting class in the country for next year. The year before, he had the number 33. These recruiting classes are actually getting better, though, Starkey. They're getting better.
But when you put it on the court, it's not working. It's not gelling.
No, it's not, but I mean, Ole Miss does have the funds. I would say maybe throw a little bit more money in there. You have one of the nicest facilities in college basketball.
Yeah.
Pavilion. Throw a little bit more money in there. Get some sponsors. Get some little NIL deals. You can recruit there. It's the SEC.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just at this point, I'm not sure Kermit's the guy to keep it going.
Like I say this every week. Can you find somebody better than him?
You never know.
You do never know. Memphis, holy cow. Shocked me yesterday.
Yeah.
At one point, they were about 30 points.
As of late, Penny has those guys on a roll.
Well, besides the whole flop against SMU, they've been playing amazing. In which that SMU game, they were just outcoached. I think everybody knows that. They were just outcoached. But right now, majority of bracketology people have them still as a play-in game.
Yeah. One of the last four in.
Here's the thing. If you're Memphis, you take that. I think if Memphis can...
Oh, absolutely.
Hypothetically, if Memphis... Remember, there'll be a lock either way. There'll be a lock no matter what if they win the conference tournament. If they win out,
exactly.
They're a lock. You got 2 games. Now, what I am worried about, though, and I'm going to quote Josh Pastner here, that's a sleeper game. Don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on USF. 8-20 this year. It's their senior night down in South Florida. Everyone's mind is going to be focused on one thing. Beating Houston.
Yep. 100%.
If you can sweep Houston, you will be in.
Yeah, I fully
100%.
agree.
You'll be a lock. You have a week to get ready for it. But in that meantime, you got a game on Thursday night. You can't oversleep.
No.
Right now, you are the 3 seed in your tournament. I think they have the 3 seed locked up based on conference record over UCF. If you want that, I'm fine with that. Or if you want to drop down, to the 4 and get on the Houston side, I'm fine with that too. Because if you've proven you can play with Houston. SMU.
Oh yeah.
We beat SMU earlier in the year, I believe. Did we not?
Yes, I believe we did. I believe this is we're 1-1 against SMU.
You got your veterans are finally balling out. I did see on the bench. Did you see him? Imani.
Yes.
Amani was on the bench. No, we are 2. No, SMU beat us in January. So we are 0-2 against SMU this year.
Okay, 0-2.
So I would rather us take the chances to play Houston because you can beat Houston.
Oh yeah.
SMU, you should be able to beat them. But it's exciting times. It's one of everybody's favorite times. It's myself. I'm starting to do my research for my bracketology, get my old Excel spreadsheet out. And then that formula, it always does me right. Before we kind of dive into it, Dalton, do you have any sleeper teams? Now, when we say sleeper teams, folks, it's not like a Memphis. That's not like an Arkansas. That's not like a Texas. Because I know a lot of people have Texas as a sleeper team.
Yeah.
I'm talking about these mid-major schools that will make an upset, that have the firepower to make an upset this year.
The Davidsons or the Florida Gulf Coast universities.
Hey, Dunk City, baby.
Dunk City all night.
That is still my favorite moment. One of my favorite moments in March Madness is that Brett Comer dunk or alley-oop. Gosh, over Georgetown. Then they beat San Diego State the next round.
Yeah, I think they made the Sweet 16.
They did. They played Florida and they almost beat Florida. They lost by 8, but they played amazing. It was Chase Fields, I believe.
Yeah.
Dunk City, that was a good team.
Yeah, that was a fun basketball. Year. That was a fun year.
That was a great year. Who was the announcer? Who's the main? What's Clark Keller? I don't know. It was Chase Feeler. Yeah, that was. I got it. Was close. But man, college basketball. I really wish Gus Johnson would come back and do it. I love his voice.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Gus is incredible.
You got the BYUs of the world. You got who is your mid-major team that's going to pull off an upset?
So, call me a little bit of a homer, but I'm going to go the Murray State Racers.
Oh, that's not a bad pick. They're 20.
Believe it or not, it has nothing to do with Ja Morant.
I believe they're either 26-2 or they're 28-2. Let me double check. But they are a good team this year. They have been putting some good numbers up. But the bad thing you got to worry about, they're 28-2. They're in first place in the OVC. But here's the thing, though. They don't really have a star player.
No.
Sometimes that's a good thing. But I think as a mid-major, you have to have a guy. They do have a couple good quality wins. They beat Memphis during the December from down under. They beat Belmont, and a lot of people have Belmont as an at-large team this year. And Belmont's always one of those teams that you're going to sleep on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But here's the thing about Belmont: for the culture, all they are a bunch of white guys to go out there and just make threes. And I love it. They're 25-6. I think it's going to come down to them, either Belmont or Murray State. That's a great sleeper team. I do love that one. And John's going to be going hype.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. My sleeper team this year, some people know them, some people don't. I'm going to go with SDSU, but don't think South or San Diego State. I almost gave it away right there. I'm going with South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits.
The Jackrabbits.
Well, let me tell you what, man. You want to talk about a team. Starkey, they're shooting 76% from the field. They're shooting 45% from three. Oh, I'm sorry, they're shooting 52% from the field. They're shooting 75% from the free throw line. I'm sorry. They're averaging 15 assists a game, averaging 6 steals. They're in the passing lanes. They're playing defense. They're led by my guy, Baylor Shimerman, for the culture, averaging 16 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 4.6 assists. He is shooting a whopping 46% from three this year.
Also, speaking of, don't they have a former Memphis player playing for them?
You mean a Mr. What was his name?
He's a
Drew Wiggett.
He just drains.
David Wingett.
David Wingett, yes.
Oh, yes, from the inaugural Penny Hardaway class.
Yes, David. Actually, is he still there?
He is, but he's not really playing that much.
Oh, oof.
He is averaging a whopping 7.3 minutes a game.
Yikes.
Well, I mean, he really didn't set the world on fire in Memphis.
Oh, well, that's true.
He only played 4 games there. But if you look at them, they're a mid-major team. They shoot the three well. They They put the big teams they played. They barely lost Alabama. They beat Nevada, lost to Washington by 11, beat the Huskies of Washington State, and they're winning their conference. But the tough thing is it's March Madness. Oh, they beat Oral Roberts by 4 points in overtime. So Oral Roberts is another team you can't sleep on. They're last year's Cinderella team. I'm going South Dakota State to make a little run this year.
All right.
I like it. So CBS Sports released Jerry Palm. I like him. He's probably him and Gary Parrish are two of the biggest guys I trust when it comes to my bracketology.
Mhm.
We're not sponsored by CBS Sports yet, but hopefully down in the future. They actually just released this morning their new brackets.
Okay. Let's
I'm
hear
gonna
it.
read off a little bit for you. They have their four number one seeds are Gonzaga,
Okay.
Baylor, Arizona. Do you have any beef with any of those?
I don't think so. No, I don't. I really don't.
Okay. Now there are two seeds. Now, remember, all of this is still conference
It's
tournament.
just projections.
Well, yeah. Well, this is all still conference because you got to think Baylor still got to run the gauntlet in the Big Ten.
Yeah, exactly.
Wisconsin, who's right now the highest Big Ten team, they just got to run the gauntlet in the Big. Oh, I'm sorry. Baylor's got to run the gauntlet in the Big 12. Wisconsin's got to run the gauntlet in the Big 10. So the two seeds are Wisconsin, Kansas, Duke, and Providence. Providence, folks, as a two seed. They're 20.
Would not have guessed that one preseason.
They're 24-3.
All right.
I mean, they're winning the big games. And I think the big thing that's going to, like, most people remember they play in the Big East. Not the strongest conference. They do have, they
Not
really
anymore.
don't
Used to
have,
be, not anymore.
they beat Wisconsin to start the year. They lost by 18 to Virginia. They beat Texas Tech. They beat Vermont. They beat Rhode Island. They beat UConn. They beat Seton Hall. And they lost to Marquette, which is a pretty, you can argue that's a decent loss. They beat Xavier, came back and beat Marquette again. They lost by 5 to Villanova. And their conference tournament starts tomorrow, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry. Senior night's tomorrow. I'm sorry.
Okay, so later on, probably later on,
we'll be starting the Big East.
or this week.
Probably next week. I would say next week. But you got the one thing that gets Villanova every year is they never have a true big man.
Yes, very true.
Villanova was probably, I would say, the most iconic team for stretching the floor. That's what helped them win 2 national titles in 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, that's.
And I think that's what's going to hurt them this year is they don't have a big guy.
Yeah.
To get them rebound, help get a stop.
Which, who knows, may help them if, I mean.
It may. Right now,
their formula.
I was going to say, right now,
with it.
They have Villanova so the 3 seeds, we start off with Villanova. Purdue's actually, they lost a close game on Saturday to Michigan State. That ended up dropping them from a high 2 to a middle 3. Remember, Purdue's been hovering around that 1-2 line all season.
Yeah.
They still have to play Wisconsin, so I think that's going to help settle the Big Ten to see who gets that, who wins that conference regular season. They play Wisconsin tomorrow night, big game at Wisconsin. That's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, it will. For sure.
They got Wisconsin and they got to go play Indiana. So you had 2 big games coming up. Hopefully Purdue can pull it off. I think it'll be a good game. I think Wisconsin may win just because of home court. But Purdue's got a big guy. I like him. His name is Travion Williams.
Okay.
He reminds me of a poor man Zebo a little. He's 6'9", not really the best stretch guy. He will not stretch the floor that well. He's a get down low. I'm back to the basket guy. But they ride with
Very
the
old
big
school.
guy, last name Edie, who's 7'4". I mean, he's 7'4", so he's gonna be pretty good right now in basketball, college basketball.
Yeah.
Any problems with the 3 seeds? You got Texas Tech to end it out. You got Kentucky and Texas Tech to end it out. I think that's very well fair for all of them.
Yeah, I think it's pretty even keel right there.
4. You got. Let me go to the 4 seeds. I think this one's a little wrong. Alabama has a 4.
Okay.
Alabama, UConn, Illinois, Tennessee. I'm not big on Alabama this year. They're 19-10. They're in 5th place in the SEC. Their big wins are they beat Gonzaga, they beat Miami, they beat Houston, but they lost to Memphis. And they lost to Missouri, Auburn, Georgia, Auburn again, Kentucky again. So, and they still got to play A&M and LSU. I don't think Bama should be a 4 seed.
No.
That one's a stretch for me. UConn as a sleeper team, kind of, but I don't think so, really. The 5 seeds, they got Ohio State, St. Mary's, Arkansas, UCLA.
I will say this, though, and we can hit on it whenever the official tournament starts. But ladies and gentlemen, always, whenever you're filling out your brackets, whatever it is, always pick a 12 to beat a 5.
Yes, this year there's always a 12-5. This year, it looks like the 12-5 matchups right now are going to be Ohio State versus my upset team, my Cinderella team, the Jackrabbits.
Okay.
And then you got St. Mary's versus a Florida or a North Carolina team. I think North Carolina would win that matchup. And then you got Arkansas, Iona, UCLA, BYU. That's gonna be a tough one to pick. I'd probably go with the St. Mary's loss, honestly.
Yeah.
6 seeds are actually pretty decent. You got Colorado State, Midwest, Mountain West Conference, Houston, Texas, and USC. So that USC game would play right now the playing game between Memphis and Wake Forest.
If USC were to play Memphis, that would be crazy.
Boogie.
Memphis playing Boogie Ellis.
Boogie, that's what scares me.
Yeah. He's been tearing it up lately.
Boogie may likely to drop, but I kind of looked a little bit up at Wake Forest. They're having a good year. They're 21-8. They're not shooting the best from 3, but they're winning it on the offensive side, and they're playing good. They're playing defense. Memphis, however, what's Memphis' biggest weakness, Starkey?
Free throws.
And the biggest one?
Turnovers.
We had 20 yesterday.
Yes.
You're playing a long, lanky team against Wake Forest. Okay, you know Penny's going to roll ALO the whole gosh darn game.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, since ALO was like 4, yeah. Kidding. Possible, but
that's a scary. Yeah. That's a bad matchup. Then you got Iowa State, Marquette, Michigan State, and LSU at their 7s. I like LSU. Did you know Shaq's son is playing for LSU? Sharif,
yes.
He posted a meme. Yes, a meme went viral over the weekend. He was standing next to his dad. They have Sharif listed as 6'10". He's taller than his dad. He tweeted out a picture and said, either I'm not 6'10" or he's not 7'1". Shaq's response was, I'm 5'11".
always great.
Sharif and LSU are trying to nick us or trying to KD us.
Yeah.
And fool us.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we'll go to the 8-9. The 8-9 is always the toughest matchups in college and March Madness to me.
Yeah, because I mean, I obviously just because of where they are, the seedings, those games are complete toss-ups. They could go literally either way.
You got this year's that right now they have it as Boise State, Notre Dame, Seton Hall versus TCU, Wyoming versus Creighton, and Murray State versus Iowa. That's a tough one.
Yeah,
Then you got the 10 seeds. The 10 seeds usually don't really pull off that many upsets.
no. The 10 seeds I feel like are one of the more forgotten seeds.
You know, I'm gonna retract mine. I'm gonna go with the 11 seeds are usually that kind of no, the 11s usually win. I'm gonna go with 13 seeds are usually the ones that don't ever do anything. Because you'll have a
Yeah.
15 seed win here or there.
And
10s
then
are
of course the 116.
yes. RIP Virginia, another bracket busted.
Seeing as how especially they were my national champs that year.
100. They were everybody's. They were Davidson, San Francisco, Xavier, San Diego State. I don't really have that many complaints there. And then usually once you get to these, the higher you get, the smaller the schools you get. The 11s are the Miami, which is not a small school, but you got Miami, you got the Memphis Wake Forest game, North Texas, and SMU.
Yeah.
I think SMU can make some noise this year.
I think so. I mean,
They have them projected to play Texas. That'd be a tough matchup. 12 seeds, you got San Diego State, Florida, North Carolina playing game. Iona, I know you liked Iona.
yeah.
And the Mormons of BYU, that'd be a tough game there. This is when you start getting to your small schools. You got Toledo, New Mexico State, Chattanooga, and Townsend. I have to do more research on them. Your 14s. Huh. Princeton, the Ivy School, not
The
Harvard,
Ivy
not,
coming in
not
clutch.
Yale this year. You got
First
Princeton,
time in ever.
Northern Iowa, folks. You can never sleep on UNI, baby. After that miraculous run in 2000, when was it? I think it was 2009. They had that miraculous run over Kansas. You can never forget that one. UNI, Vermont, and you have Texas State. I don't really see any of them winning there. And then you got Long Beach State, Montana State, Longwood, Jacksonville State. I don't really see one there. I don't know where Longwood is. Do you?
I'm thinking California. Let me see. Let me just a second.
Virginia.
Oh wow. Okay.
They actually have been moving up the rankings, actually. They play in the Big South. They've actually
Yeah. They're first in the Big South.
So they've been, I think, moving their way up from D2 to D1. Actually, no, never mind. I retract that. It's just been that bad. This is the first year this is, I think, their first year in forever they've had a winning season. Holy cow.
And yeah, the 23-6, 16-1 at home, 7-5 away, and on a 5-game win streak. They're 15-1 in conference.
You know what? I may be a Longwood fan. And then you got the 16 game. Usually this is a massive blowout.
Yes.
You got Norfolk State, Texas Southern Bryant play each other for a playing game to play Auburn. Nicholls State and Cleveland State will play each other, play Arizona, and Colgate. Man, I like Colgate.
Great toothpaste.
Yes. Colgate basketball team's actually pretty good, man. They play in the Patriot League. I get it. It's not the best league. But man, you want to talk about a great defensive team. That's them. They're playing good defense. They like to get they're active, hands are up always. That's a terrible matchup for them. I'll have to at least get a 15 and have a small shot to get it. But anyway, folks, more and more bracketology will be coming out. I can't wait to talk about it more. Can't wait to break down the brackets this year.
Yeah. How many? Speaking of, how many brackets do you usually do?
About what's the max on ESPN? 20.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do 20 usually.
You go all the way.
I like to max it out. Then I do like the 92.91. I always do a match. The mascot one is my favorite one.
Okay.
Like whenever Iowa State's in it, they never lose. What's going to be the Storm? Nothing.
Right. Very true.
Oh, dude, 100%. We're going to do this in the mascot brackets this year. We'll break one down. But, dude,
Okay.
you always got to make a mascot bracket. It's one of the best. It's funny. Usually that's your worst bracket. I think a couple years ago, that was one of my best brackets. Why now? You want to go NBA? Let's go NBA.
Let's go NBA.
Grizzlies.
Quick Grizzlies update.
1-1 since last time we talked. What's the score?
After the first, it is Memphis 42, San Antonio 34. Wait,
Okay.
42 in the first quarter.
They're still with us. 42 in the first?
42 in the first.
Okay, let's go 12. Speaking of 12, holy cow. You know what? I thank the good Lord for blessing us with Ja Morant.
Because we do not deserve him.
We really don't. And like, here's the thing. Oh, by the way, he's got 14 points in the first quarter. 14 points in the first quarter. But here's the thing, going back to that draft of 2019. We were the 9, New Orleans was the 8. We didn't have a shot.
Nope.
And it really worked out for us. I thank the good Lord for him. Ja, I heard on the way to church yesterday, they were talking about, I was listening to NBA on XM radio, watch free for now. Because I'm going to pay $25 a month for it after my subscription runs out. But they asked him, I forgot, they were like a no-name NBA people on the radio. They said, can Ja Morant be the face of the league next year? A lot of people said yes.
Absolutely.
He can be the face of the league next year. Jay Williams said last week on Get Up, which is still a terrible sports radio show in the morning, bring back Mike and Mike.
Absolutely, 100%.
He said Memphis will win the NBA championship this year. There's no way they shouldn't.
No. He said they'll win the West.
I saw one an NBA championship.
Oh, okay. Wow. I missed
I
that.
could be wrong. I'm probably wrong, though. Don't quote me on though. I don't like ever be quoted on the show. But I'm probably wrong. But hey, I like it. I think we have the talent to win. It will be interesting to see, though. And then we had the Minnesota game. We played terrible. Josh scared everybody.
Yes.
I thought he popped his hip out of socket. But I say career over. Gosh darn, these people were comparing him to D Rose. Now he is D Rose. And then you got last night or Saturday night, 46 points.
New career high.
Regular season career high.
Yes.
Remember, his career high is 47 in the playoffs.
Yes, true. Very true.
But I don't know why postseason does not correlate to that, but is what it is. But career high, 46 points. Had some insane plays.
Absolutely.
The 360 layup. If you listen to the announcement, if you watch it, look it up on YouTube, look it up on Facebook. The announcers for the Bulls are the highlight reel. They lose their mind. And then he had that insane alley-oop where he took maybe 2 steps and then jumped up. Jump over 10 feet in the air, dunk it. Kendrick Perkins, who is a big supporter of the Memphis Grizzlies, tweeted out.
Oh, Kendrick Perkins is a closet Grizzly fan.
Which 100%. Is funny because Zebo used to beat him up every time we played him in OKC. Kendrick tweeted out, Ja walked into the house MJ built and then cooked DeRozan, been cooking on and gave. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me read it. Ja Morant walks in the house that MJ built, and the court DeRozan been cooking on, and gave him a 46-piece wing dinner from Harold's with extra mild sauce. Carry on. Sorry for butchering that, folks. I had to decipher Kendrick Perkins' text messages. But holy cow. I mean, 46 points is hard to do. And he even made 3 threes, 3 of 3 from 3. Made his free throws tonight. We sucked Thursday night free throws. We finally got some of the biggest players from trade deadline. We're gonna jump into that now. Grizzlies, we're playing right now. We still have a shot to break the record this year. Like you said before the show, we maybe have 1 game to lose now if you want to win. Yeah, we have 22 games left, right? And you got
yes, we're down to 20 games now. Yes,
and you have to win 20 out of the 22 to tie the record.
Yeah, we're gonna need a couple upsets to break the record.
You needed 21 games to break the record.
Yes,
you blew your 1, so you gotta win out.
Yeah, exactly.
But hey, it's March. It's almost March. In 4 hours, it'll be March the 1st. What have they been saying? Who's coming back in March?
Dylan Brooks.
Let's go, baby.
The villain.
Our best defensive defender in the week. Not best defensive player. That's Jaren now. Wing defender all day, DB. And he'll get you a bucket every now and then when he doesn't try to be Kobe. But, the biggest trade from the trade deadlines, they're finally starting to play now. You got James Harden made his Philly debut the other night. Killed it. You know how many threes he had? He had 5 threes. Took him 1 game to have 5 threes with the 76ers. It took Ben Simmons 275 games. And he didn't
I believe you said off the air is his entire career.
His entire career. He has yet to make 5 threes in a game, which he probably never will. He could easily, but so playoff season's coming upon us. I'm kind of worried.
Okay. Explain.
So right now, you got the Suns at 1, Warriors at 2, us at the 3, Jazz 4, Mavericks 5, Nuggets 6, Timberwolves 7, Clippers 8, Lakers 9, Trailblazers 10. You're going to have a playing game. 7 plays the 8, 9 plays the 10. Whoever wins the 7-8 goes on the next round. Loser of that game gets another chance, correct?
I believe so, yes.
So, Lakers, they're not going to make the playoffs this year. I think everybody knows that. They just lost by 30 points to the Pelicans. CJ McCollum and Jonas Valanciunas, Pelicans. They're not going to make it.
And got booed on their own home court.
Yes, booed. Well, they don't. Besides, they don't have Anthony Davis. They don't have anybody else to get a basket.
No, without AD, it's just a bunch of old guys trying to hoop together.
100%. So my thing is, you're going to have the Timberwolves play the Clippers. I'm scared. Because I think the Timberwolves is about to make a run, and they could get that 6th seed. Because right now, we play the winner. We play the 6th seed. And right now, that's the Nuggets. And I'm fine with that. I'll take the Nuggets all day long because right now, the Mavericks own the tiebreaker over the Nuggets.
Yeah.
If I'm Memphis, I'm staying clear of Timberwolves.
Yeah.
We played them 4 times this year. Besides the 3rd time, each game has been close. They play very physical. They're big. They bully. And we should have won. But D'Angelo Russell scoring 20-plus points in the 4th quarter.
Right.
Nobody to guard him. Desmond Bain couldn't stop him. Zaire couldn't stop him. You darn well not putting Ja Morant on him.
No. Absolutely not.
Stay clear of them. I'll take the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Michael Porter Jr. may be back. I'd love that matchup. Jaren versus Michael Porter.
Which
The guy that I wanted in Memphis over Jaren.
I was gonna say, Michael Porter. I really hope he comes back from all this.
100%.
And
then you
at
got
this point, you almost have to feel bad for the guy.
wow,
You really do.
He just got the bag. He got the Chandler Parsons bag.
Well,
He just got the Chandler Parsons bag. I have no sympathy for him. The next, and then you got Jamal Murray maybe back, but yeah, I think he's not going to be anywhere in shape. I like that matchup way better than I like the Mavericks. But I think you get DB back. Hardaway's done. You know, he's not playing this. I don't think he's going to come back this year for the Mavericks. He lost Porzingis, who murdered us last game against them. You can put DB on Luka. I think we'll win. That series is going to be a tough series. But I think you can win it.
Yeah.
And then you get a series against the Warriors, and you've proven
that you can at least hang with them.
You can hang with them. May not be able to beat them in a playoff game series. We beat them in a play-in game, but for a 7-game series, you can hang with them.
Yeah.
And it's going to be nice because you get a fully healthy Jaren Jackson Jr. this year. Hopefully DB's back to help him and Bane on the Splash Brothers. But now you got to worry about Wiggins. Draymond may or may not.
Wiggins to you, sir.
Oh my gosh, get out of here with this nonsense. Stop it with your hot takes. So I think it's gonna be interesting. I like where we're at. I think we'll make a good playoff run. Now
I'm comfortable at the moment.
100%. I think we'll stay at the 3. I don't think we'll drop. We have a 4-game lead on the Jazz. Sorry, I don't see us losing that.
Yeah, 3-game lead on the Jazz.
I mean, even if you do that, you play the Mavericks or the Nuggets, which is still kind of what we're at. So
exactly,
I'd be fine with it. Wouldn't like it, but then you got to play the Suns, which I'm going to avoid the Phoenix as much as possible.
Yeah.
Now let's jump into another sport, football.
Let's do it.
Aaron Rodgers just keeps on making the spotlight.
First, he could be back with Shailene already.
Yes, now he's single again. Is he single again?
Well, technically, that's what I'm saying. He and Shailene caught off their engagement, and Saturday morning, everyone woke up and they were seen at breakfast together. So we don't really know.
Do we
care? Could be, he could not be.
He had Danica and ruined that. Well, I think Danica ruined that. But he gave us hope that it hinted maybe he wants to stay in Green Bay.
They did go out and get his all-time favorite quarterback coach to come back.
I wish he'd
and they said they're willing to go. What?
I said I wish they'd come back and get Mike McCarthy.
I'm sure you do.
Gosh.
And they said they're willing to go as far into the cap as possible to keep him. On top of,
I did read that they said they're prepared to offer about half the cap this year and just front load it for him and back pay everybody, which his big thing is he wants money because he sees all these NFL guys, announcers like Troy Aikman is about to get the bag at ESPN. He's leaving Fox Sports.
Joe Buck could be too.
Joe Buck to money. Oh gosh, man, football's gonna be great. The Mannings and see, I like Joe Buck.
Bring it on.
A lot of people hate him. Oh my gosh, Gus Johnson doing NFL football. Oh my gosh, let's go.
Let's run it all back.
The world needs more Gus Johnson. But I don't know. I think now he's content in Green Bay if they pay him. Because he sees Troy Aikman making $30 million a year. and Aaron Rodgers is arguably one of the best quarterbacks right now in football.
I mean, back-to-back MVPs
He wants the
speaks
money.
for itself.
I 100% get why he wants the money. Give him the money. What do you think happens with Jimmy G?
I think that's going to be one of the biggest storylines to watch. The Jimmy G Trey Lance, because Jimmy G took them to the playoffs. Did all right in the playoffs until he had to show up. But see, I don't think you can trade, because they traded up for Trey Lance, did they not?
They did.
Okay. I don't think you can trade up to a guy like Trey Lance only to have him sit on the bench.
No, they did not trade.
They didn't. Okay. Well, either way, they took him with a top
3
pick. Okay. I'm not sure you can allow your number 3 overall quarterback to sit on the bench for 2 seasons unless you just absolutely want to make sure he's ready.
Oh no, you were right. They did make a trade. They traded their first round. They traded 2 first-round picks and a 3rd-round pick in exchange for. Oh, they traded 2 picks for him. They traded 3 first. Oh my gosh. They traded 20, 22. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're terrible. What the? No, that's terrible. They gave up 3 firsts for Trey Lance.
I rest my case. There's no way you can give up 3 first-round picks for 1 player, much less a quarterback, and let him stay on the bench for 2 seasons.
Well, my one thing is you can make the argument he's a game manager, yes. But he didn't have the weapons. He had no run game besides Deebo Samuel at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Kittle was not George Kittle this year.
No.
And Deebo Samuel was a god. So you can make the argument, but then you're like, well, he didn't really have the best weapons. So I think he'll end up in I think they will trade him, unfortunately.
Okay.
I think he will end up in Tampa. Or I think he will end up in Pittsburgh.
I was going to ask, could you see Jimmy G as a Steeler?
I like I like him there. You got Najee Harris. Jimmy's a guy that loves to play action.
Yes.
I think he can be great in Pittsburgh. But the question is, what does San Francisco? They're going to want a first for him, probably. I mean, you also got to think too. The Colts want to move on from Carson Wentz. I don't consider Jimmy G an upgrade over Wentz, really. I don't personally. Carson has more upside than Jimmy G.
Yeah, when Carson's fully healthy, he can at least run.
And when Carson doesn't try to play like a god out there, he doesn't try to play like a god he doesn't try to be like Johnny Manziel, run around the ball and make ill-advised throws.
Yeah.
I think that ACL injury really messed with him a little. You still got Nick Foles.
Yeah, because he's riding away in Chicago right now.
No, okay, folks, Nick Foles is winning it. Listen, he didn't play a single game this year. He signed a 3-year, $24 million contract. He's making $8,000. He made $8,000 this year in the National Football League. His contract is up next year. He's going to make another $8,000 and not play it down, probably. Shout out to you, Nick Foles. More importantly,
winning off the field, not being a part of it.
Shout out to Athletes First Agency, Justin Shulam and David Dunn. Shout out to YouTube primarily for getting that man that deal. Shout out. 8 years, $24 million. Didn't play a single game this year and got the bag. Now, remember, folks, he gets bought out. He's still going to get a paycheck. A good paycheck. Let me see. Pull up the stats. I'm sorry. My bad, folks. He did play one game this year. I'm sorry. That was my bad. My bad. He played one game. He was 1-0 as a starter this year. He passed the ball 34 times. I apologize.
So,
but he went 25 34 for 250 and 1 touchdown. But hey, not bad for a guy.
So he made $8 million to win a game.
To win one game. He played in one game this year. He won the game, $8 million. So yeah. I don't, other than that, Dallas, we don't really have a salary cap this year. And we have half our team on the free agency.
I wouldn't say that. Y'all caught up in a couple scandals right now. Y'all have to pay too many people. It's digging into Jared's pocket.
NFL said they're not going to investigate that. So
not yet.
We're not going to. Hey, it's not breaking news until it's breaking news.
It's coming.
I don't condone it, but
No, absolutely not. No.
But
no, those guys are
people are saying we should release Zeke this offseason. I don't think so. He was playing hurt all year on a torn PCL. But granted, isn't a major knee ligament, but still. We got half our defense, 2 wide receivers, and a Dalton Schultz, Michael Gallup, Cedric Wilson, Dalton Schultz are all free agents. Yep. Randy Gregory is a free agent. You got a couple cornerbacks here and there, free agents. I don't know. I wish this kind of was like baseball and we had a non-salary cap.
Yeah.
Come on, collective bargaining agreement. Let's make it happen. Y'all only have a couple people. Tampa Bay, well, luckily with Tom Brady stepping away, Tampa Bay's got a lot of money now to play with.
Yes. And they also have to replace one of their starting guards.
8 years.
Ali, can't think of his last name. Just announced his retirement yesterday, I believe.
Let's see. What was Tom Brady's contract? I know he was one of the highest paid.
Yeah, I think
he was making 2 years. What was his contract? Sorry. It was 2 years. What was he making? $10 million. And then next year is going to jump to 20 million. Wow. Not bad for a 45-year-old guy.
No, not bad at all.
But they have a lot of money to play with, Tampa Bay now. So now you can go get Chris Godwin. You got Leonard Fournette as a free agent. You got Sue as a free agent. And you got Gronk as a free agent. You got some money now. It was Ali Marpet.
Yeah. Couldn't think of his last name.
He played at Hobart. Hobart's Division 3, the Liberty League. The Hobart Statesman in New York. Shout out to you, Ollie. I don't know. I think NFL free agency is going to be a little good. Combine starts tomorrow. Yep. I don't think anybody this year is going to break John Ross's 40 record. Quarterbacks, I think all the big name guys are still going to throw. They took away all the little.
Except for one.
Corral.
Corral's not throwing.
I didn't know that. I'm not sitting on the breaking news.
I just found that out earlier today. Corral's not throwing while he.
Is he still hurt?
Yeah, his ankle is still not 100%.
You can still throw without an ankle. Is it his?
He's going to be good to go for the pro day.
Is it his planting foot?
Because
if it is, I can see you not throwing on that. But if it's like your other foot, you're good.
Give me a second.
There, folks. The biggest one they always do is, and the weirdest one is hand size. Hand size is always the biggest thing. Because remember years ago when Teddy Bridgewater was drafted in 2012,
Yeah.
a lot of people hated Teddy Bridgewater coming out of Louisville. 2014, I'm sorry, because he had small hands and he always had to wear gloves. And in his pro days and the combine, you know what it was the draft, the NFL draft combine. He did not wear gloves. So I remember Brandon Allen before the combine, he had already got the combine leading up to it. He measured his hands. He had small hands for NFL standards. So he went to a hand massage place and they may help him try to get his hands to grow a little bit. Didn't work for Brandon. You want to hit on baseball? I know you said you want to talk a little bit about it.
Yes. Very briefly, Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like at least nothing's official yet. They still have a few hours. But it looks like at least the first month of the baseball season is going to be canceled. The players union and the owners can't get along. Big shocker there.
It's just about money, isn't it?
Among other things, yeah.
About to say they're really the highest paying. There's no salary cap in baseball.
Yeah.
And the best thing about baseball, every contract's guaranteed money unless you break it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny. They're having this. The MLB just gave the players what they wanted. We're not testing for steroids.
Yes. That was something that a lot of people didn't even know was going to be a thing. That kind of came out of nowhere for everybody. Yeah, they're no longer testing for steroids. So if they're going to decriminalize those, I apologize. Gonna throw this out there, put everyone in the hall. Bonds, Sosa, McGuire, put them in. Gonna leave it at that.
What about Pete Rose?
Oh, he should have already been in.
Well, there we go.
He should, yes. He's the all-time hits leader. Pete Rose should have already been in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, that's a non-starter. Anyway, moving on. I can get on a soapbox.
I'm glad baseball's finally getting some news because they really don't get that much.
No, not usually. The most amount of headlines they get in an off season happen at the winter meetings. That's when a lot of the major deals happen, and obviously there weren't any this year. So
no.
So yeah, that's the big news happening in baseball right now. Is they said the MLB set a deadline, I believe, for 11:59 tonight. If no deal is reached for a new CBA, the first at least month is going to be canceled.
If it has to happen, it has to happen.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad, but I think it'll hopefully everything works out with that. I did read today, and I didn't realize this. Apparently, the major league lockout has nothing to do with the minor leagues.
So is minor league on standby or?
No, it doesn't affect it.
Oh, so I can have the Redbirds.
Yeah, so we can have
Let's
the Redbirds.
go, baby. Throwback Thursday nights. Memphis Chicks nights.
Yeah, Memphis Chicks night, Dollar Hot Dog night. Bring it all. And then obviously we also have college baseball too. So
my team's sucking right now, so we're 2-2. We're 3-2. Or 5.
I'm not gonna say anything.
What is Ole Miss undefeated?
Yep, second in the country.
You haven't played anybody. We played Indiana. We played Stanford. Number 16. Let me know when y'all play somebody. Besides, what is up with Ole Miss teams never really scheduling a great non-con? It's in every sport. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
I just popped in my head. Ole Miss in every sport, they never play a great non-conference schedule. Okay. before I get on my rant about Ole Miss, are you ready for tonight's hot topic? See who you can make mad this week, aka the John
let's do
Mark,
it.
the John
Let's do
Mark
it.
of Ball Don't Lie.
Let's do it.
Okay, I challenge you today to come up with your top 10 sports movies.
Okay.
Not over. It's just top 10, your opinion, any genre of sport, any sports. The sports movie, it can be baseball, basketball, golf, NASCAR, football, of course, wrestling, boxing.
Okay.
I'm gonna hear your top 10. Break it down break them down if you want to. I'm gonna break mine down a little. If you want to break yours down, break them down.
Okay.
We're gonna go from 10 to 1. 1 is the best, 10 is the least favorite out of your 10.
Okay. All right. So
Floor is yours, buddy.
number 10. All right.
Oh gosh. I'm not ready for it.
Gonna go Draft Day.
Okay, Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner. Very underrated movie.
Really is an underrated movie.
That movie has a special place in my heart. When
Browns fan?
no, I'm not a Browns fan. My granddad came down from St. Louis when that movie came out to visit us for a weekend, and whenever he got in town, he said, "Come on, Dalton, I want to take you to the movies." And we went and saw Draft Day. So sentimental, that aspect of it. But apart from that, you have Kevin Costner, Jennifer Garner, and the great, give me just a second.
You're good.
The great Chadwick Boseman.
And see, you forget
Vontae Mack, no matter what. So number 10 is Draft Day.
what you got at 9.
Number 9, I'm going to go back a little bit to our childhood. Okay.
I think I know what it is.
I'm going to go D2, the Mighty Ducks.
Ooh, I thought you were gonna say Cool Runnings.
No, Cool Runnings is probably 11 to 13. I'm going to go D2, the Mighty Ducks. That last scene when they're at the junior games.
No, Julie the cat or the glove. What the?
Yeah, Julie the Glove.
The triple D.
Yeah, he went he went stick side.
He always went stick.
He always went stick. That was after the whole team probably should have been suspended after the Bash brothers fought the whole bench. You had one guy roping in some player like cattle. The whole end scene, the whole end game, the game at the end of the movie was wild.
But don't forget that movie created an NHL franchise.
It did.
Hockey team, the Anaheim Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, Anaheim. They literally owe their hockey team to Disney.
Well, they do have an alternate jersey every year. They always do something with the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. What do you got at 8?
At 8, I'm gonna go The Sandlot.
Well, okay. Knowing you, I thought you would have that in your top 5 range.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez. I'm gonna use your quote. Can do no wrong. If I was starting a baseball franchise, I would want to center it around a guy similar to Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
He kind of reminds me of Pablo Sanchez from Backyard Sports.
I was thinking the same thing earlier. I was trying to figure out which one of the two I would rather go with. I'm not sure, but very similar comps with one another. So absolutely.
I like it.
All right.
7.
7, gonna go Glory Road.
Oh, that's a good one.
Based on a true story. Came out in 2011. Movie based on the 1966 Texas Western University basketball team, now UTEP, University of Texas El Paso, coached by Don Haskins, played by the great Josh Lucas. They made history as the first college basketball team in history to start an all African American lineup. And they did so in the national championship game against Adolph Rupp and Kentucky. They went into that game as huge underdogs against Kentucky, and they beat Kentucky. So gonna go Corey Road with that one for number 7.
Okay, I like it. Who do you got at 6?
All right. Do I?
Who do you got at 6?
At 6. The next 2 I'm gonna be a little bit little kind of personal movies to me.
So 6 and 5.
Do what?
So your number 6 and 5 are very personable.
Yes.
Is
So
it Air Bud?
no, it's not Air Bud, actually.
Okay.
Air Bud probably should have been on this list. You can't be an Ole Miss fan and not say The Blind Side.
Oof. Oh, is that are we stamping that as a hot take or?
I mean, it's not in my top 5. It is number 6.
Starkey,
I will say this.
That's a bold take today, sir.
So I was around for Michael Orr's recruitment, everything like that. But when you look at the cast is incredible. You have Sandra Bullock, who won an Academy Award for her role as Leanne. You have Tim McGraw playing Sean Toohey. You have Lily Collins, who played. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, you have Lily Collins, who played Collins Toohey, and can't remember the actor who played SJ. But the overall cast is incredible. Also, so and you have one of the most tear-jerking, pull your heartstrings scenes. Leanne is showing Michael to his new room in their house after he's staying with him and everything like that. And he goes, "I've never had one of those before." And she said, "What, a room to yourself?" And he goes, "No, I've never had a bed." So very emotional, tug of your heartstrings scene right there. But yeah, number 6, I'm going to go The Blind Side.
Okay, who is 5?
Number 5, I'm going to go pretty recent. I'm going to go American Underdog. The story of Kurt Warner.
Haven't seen it. Oh gosh, you went that at 5? Okay, now you're just being biased.
And here's why. Okay, here's why. At when Ashton and I went on a date night, she was nice enough to go see it with me. My kindergarten self was absolutely thriving. Not only is Kurt Warner my all-time favorite football player, he is the reason I am a Rams fan. He's a great person, super Christian. He's done a lot for his family. Incredible guy, incredible story. My guy, Zachary Levi, is playing. Looks nothing like Kurt Warner at all. But when you have Chuck, you have Shazam playing Kurt Warner, and it's a Christian faith-based film too. So putting it in my top 5.
Okay.
Number 4. I'm going to go Rocky 4.
Rocky 4.
Rocky 4. Yes.
Is that we gonna stamp it?
Do with that what you will, sir.
Rocky 4? What is going on? That's not even the oh. You know what? Go, buddy.
Rocky fighting the Russian is one of the greatest fictional fights of all time.
I don't know if you should be saying American beating the Russians are good right now because Russia's now about to go to war.
Yeah, so I will, kind of steal my thunder with that one. That was all I was going to say about that. I wasn't going to get into anything else. Not trying to be super sensitive or anything of that, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize for that.
Hey, I love it though. America beating Russia. We may be doing it again a couple months from now, unfortunately.
But Rocky 4 is number 4 for me.
That is a good one. We lose Apollo Creed in that one.
We do lose Apollo. But Rocky versus Ivan Drago is an incredible fight.
It is. Get the scenes where he's in. I think where is he at when he's training in the mountains?
I don't remember.
Well, you get the iconic Rocky running in the snow. But yes, that is a good Rocky movie. I would say it's probably my second favorite one.
Okay.
Rocky 1 is my favorite. I like it though. That's 4, right?
Yes, that was 4.
What do you got a 3?
If you don't have enough Americans beating the Russians, I'm going to go Miracle number 3.
Good. There we go. That's a great one.
Another, I feel, very underrated movie. The 1980 movie centered on the 1980 U.S. hockey team, who went on to beat the Soviet Union in the semifinal game of the Olympics, and then went on to beat, I believe it was, I don't remember who it was, for the gold medal. Sweden. Yes, I thought it was Sweden. Okay. Went on to beat the Swedes for the gold medal. Kurt Russell played Herb Brooks. Incredible movie.
I like it. Okay.
It's number 2.
Number 2.
Can you go Remember the Titans?
Oh, I was waiting when he would say Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans is number 2. Again, based on a true story. I can't say enough about this cast either. I know it's not like a broken record. But this cast is just incredible. And the message of it is something that, again, I think we in the U.S. need right now. Racial unity, racial reconciliation, coming together. It's just incredible message, incredible soundtrack. Those
Ain't no mountain high, ain't no
yes,
valley low.
The best version of that song, Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell, is the iconic version of that song. Absolutely, much better as a duet than a solo song.
Okay, Starkey, we're at the spot. What is your number 1 sports movie? 3, 2, 1, go.
Space Jam.
I like it. Great cast.
Again, great cast.
Great soundtrack.
Yeah. Minus one artist, but yes.
Bill Murray, baby.
And that's actually in my show notes here. I want Bill Murray's stat line in that game.
I was really hoping Bill would have made an appearance in Space Jam 2.
I was hoping. I was really hoping. But when you look at Bill Murray's stat line, okay, he showed up late to the game.
He showed up like the last minute.
Exactly. He finished with 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, and a dub.
Did he get?
That's my kind of
No,
game.
he did not get a steal. No. Wait.
No,
He did get a steal. Did he not? When Daffy Duck speared that one, the Tombstar guy, didn't Bill Murray not catch it? I think he did. I think he does get a steal for that.
okay. So, let's see.
I
Hang on,
think.
let me look it up. Sorry, what is it?
I think he did. Because I know he said, "I'm open, Mike. I'm open." That last, I think he did get credited with a steal.
All right. We've got according someone at is this Harvard? Yeah, the Harvard College Sports Analysis Collective actually made a box score for the Toons. Bill Murray finished the game 0 for 0 from the floor. No free throws, rebounds, points, assists, steals, blocks, turnovers, or points, or dunks.
So he didn't have a steal.
He didn't have to have. He officially did not have a steal,
I thought he
and
had
he
a
finished
steal.
the game with a dub.
Well, I guess that's all that matters, though. And then
He was the glue guy.
he was the glue guy.
I want Bill Murray's stat line. But yes, so and also again, 90s kid, super nostalgic for me.
So wait, hear me out though. Last week on the podcast, you said LeBron better than MJ, correct?
Yes,
Who's the better actor, LeBron or MJ?
better actor. I got to go Jordan, 100%.
Which Space Jam was better?
I still got to go. I like the second one more than most people. The first one, just watching as a kid, it has a special place in my heart.
You know, you left off one movie. It's in my top 10 that I thought you were going to have in yours somewhere.
Hoosiers?
Yes. I thought you were going to have Hoosiers as yours in your top 10 somewhere.
Didn't make the cut.
I thought you would have had a League of Their Own in there too somewhere.
A League of Their Own. I was putting my list together. It was one of those that it would have been close. Again, a big part of movies is who is in said movie. And not only is that a great cast, based on true story, you have one of, if not the most iconic lines in a sports movie.
There's no crying in baseball.
There's no crying in baseball. So yes, A League of Their Own is another incredible movie, but didn't quite make the cut on mine.
Okay, you ready for mine?
Lead on, sir.
Okay, number 10. Fever Pitch.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I was hoping I would have got a reaction out of you on that one. I was hoping I would have gotten a reaction out of you with that one.
I was going to let you explain it.
Number 10, I'm going Glory Road. One of my favorite basketball movies. Great basketball movie. It's the basketball in the play is actually very realistic. Great soundtrack as well. Acting is very good. The basketball play is really good. Great story. Historical accuracy is very good in there.
Yep.
Number 10 on my list. So an actor, I'm going to give you a tidbit. An actor, so you can be thinking about it and our fans can be thinking about it too. An actor from Glory Road is in my number 10 and my number 1 sports movies.
Okay.
Do you know?
Let me think on it.
Okay. So, number 9. A League of Their Own.
Okay.
I like it. It's a great movie, great plot, great story, great everything. One of Tom Hanks's, you could arguably say, underappreciated roles.
Yes.
It's a great
100%.
And Madonna can act.
Yeah,
Great baseball. Who played? What was the main actress's name?
Gina Davis.
Jenna Davis. Phenomenal.
Yes.
Let me be a Georgia peach any time of the year, baby. Number 8. It's a golf movie.
Please say it.
It is not the greatest game ever played.
No, that's what. Yeah, please say it.
It is not Happy Gilmore.
Okay, then you lost me.
Caddyshack.
Okay, all right.
How is Caddyshack not in the consideration for the best golf movie ever made?
Again,
You
Bill
had
Murray.
you had two of the best comedians at their times in the movie,
Chevy Chase and Bill Murray.
and they hated each other.
Yeah, they did.
Like the one scene they filmed was one and done because Chevy hated Bill for some reason, which I don't know anybody could hate Bill Murray.
Well, at the same time, I think Chevy Chase. I think a lot of people don't like him. So
Number 7, it's a football movie.
okay,
Tim Tebow stole a pickup line from it. We got 40 minutes for the rest of our lives.
For the rest of our lives.
40 minutes. I'm going to go call and quote Billy Bob. I'm going to go call some dinosaurs. Varsity Blues, baby.
Varsity Blues.
Gosh. Varsity Blues. How is that? Gosh, that's such a great, it's a pop culture movie. But man, that is you got Paul Walker in it. James Vanderbeek is in it. R.I.P. Paul Walker is in it. Gosh.
I will say this. That last scene.
There goes my hero.
There goes my hero. I mean, James Vanderbeek slinging passes to Tweeter. You got the Foo Fighters just blaring. I mean, that's an incredible ending to a movie.
The soundtrack is pop and the acting is hysterical. It's a great movie. It's a great movie, and that's why it is number. What did I say? 7, 8?
I believe 7. Yes.
Because I had what was it? I had Glory Road. Sorry, I'm already getting I didn't make a list.
I believe. Yeah, I
Glory
believe
Road,
this was 7.
A League of Their Own.
Caddyshack.
Varsity
Blues.
Varsity Blues. Number 6. This was a tough one. This is where it started getting tough for me. Number 6. Number
Okay.
6. It was a tough one. I had a lot of movies in mind. I wanted to go Cars. Cars is a sports movie, is it not?
It is. I mean, anytime you have NASCAR in there, I mean, absolutely. Contrary to popular belief, NASCAR is a sport, so I'm here for it.
Number 6 was a tough one. I'm afraid to say it.
Sounds like you may have the hot take.
I wouldn't say it's a hot take per se. It's up there. The Rookie.
That was one that
The Rookie.
I was going back and forth on that one also. That's a great movie.
That is a great movie.
It's ridiculously long, which is saying something.
Wait, remember, we learned from Avatar. You don't like it.
I was like, that's saying something, seeing as how we both sat through Endgame together.
I like
I didn't realize how long of a movie that is.
So we're gonna break into my. Are we at 5 now?
Yes, this is top 5.
Okay. Top 5.
Go.
Moneyball.
Yes, I actually had to replace. I replaced Moneyball with Draft Day as my number 10. Moneyball would have been my
great story. For some reason, we watched it in my economics class in high school. Don't know why. It has a star-studded class. You got Chris Pratt
That actually makes a lot of sense, given what he was doing with the team.
R.I.P. to Mr. Jeremy Giambe, who was in it, who was featured in it. R.I.P. Brad Pitt,
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill, kind of skinny Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
It was when he was in his weird. He goes through him and Seth Rogen go through weird phases.
Yeah.
Whether fat, and then about 3 years later, they're super, kind of like Kevin James too. They all go fat, super skinny, fat, super skinny. But great movie. Soundtrack, they really don't have a soundtrack to it.
Mm-mm.
His story accuracy was there. Acting was great. Plot great. Okay, so that was 5.
That was 5.
I'm gonna let everybody know. I want everybody to know. Seabiscuit is not in my top 5.
Okay.
There we go.
Go.
4. We're gonna go. I keep on going back and forth in my mind. I'm gonna go Hoosiers.
Okay.
Gene Hackman, great guy. Great acting, no soundtrack really to it. We're gonna run the picket fence. Give Jimmy the ball. That's a great movie there. I can watch Hoosiers over and over and over again, and it does not make me tired at all. I used to watch that. I did not have a TV in bedroom until I was like a junior in high school. So I had a portable DVD player. If people remember what those are. And one of the movie DVDs I had was Hoosiers. So I'd watch that almost every night in my room on my portable DVD player.
There you go.
Fall asleep to it. I'd watch that in cars.
All right.
We're in the top 3 stage, aren't we?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know, it's gonna make a lot of people mad. Remember,
ladies and gentlemen, let the record show it's not me this week.
Remember the Titans is not in my top 10. I've seen it so many times, I don't like it anymore. Like I'll watch it. I mean, I can maybe take out like the Rookie for it, but actually, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna take out the Rookie and put Remember the Titans there. I'm gonna put the Rookie at my 11.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm gonna put. So let me redo it, folks. I'm gonna put. What did I have the Rookies? 5 or 6? I had them at 6.
I think you had it at 6.
I'm gonna put Remember the Titans at 6.
Okay.
I'm gonna do Hardball at 11 because I love it when you call me Big Papa. That's a great movie, Keanu Reeves. And then I'm gonna do the Rookie at 12. I'm retracting it. Sorry, folks. It was a long day at work. I'm redoing a little. So, top 3. Miracle.
So good.
Okay.
It's so good.
Great. We already talked about it a little. We're going to skip to my number 2.
Okay.
Both of them
Go
are
for it.
football movies.
Okay. Go for it.
Gene Hackman's on my list twice.
I know where you're going with this.
I'm bringing off number 16 from the bench. Chicks Dig Scars. Glory Lasts Forever. DC Wright on the post. On 2. I'm sorry, on set.
On set.
Footsteps, Falco, and the Replacements.
They're placing.
By far, I love it. I love that is my guilty pleasure movie. Whenever I'm sad, I'll put it on the TV and I can just watch that over and over again.
Which you probably don't need to do very often because I feel like it's one of those like TBS Sunday afternoon movies like almost every week.
It's on there a lot, but I got the director's
They run it all the time.
I mean, you got a sumo wrestler playing football. You got Nigel, the leg. I'm wiry. You got John Farrow, a psycho cop playing middle linebacker. You got a convict in jail playing safety for you. You got a deaf tight end and Clifford Franklin. Clifford Franklin can catch anything. No, he can't. So a lot of people don't know the replacement is actually technically based on a true story.
Yeah.
They did have a lockout in the NFL one season, and they did use replacement players.
Still better than the replacement reps.
Oh, everything is better than. And that lockout season, actually, I think is based off the Washington football team. It was the 19. What year was it? They did. I think they played. I know they played the Cowboys.
Let's see.
I gotta find it. It's based off the 1987 NFL strike. There we go. Sorry.
Yeah.
There we go. 1987 NFL strike. It's the Washington Redskins, who won their last 3 replacement games and went on to win the Super Bowl. Great story.
It is.
Okay. So I challenged you with my number 10. An actor from my number 10 movie.
Yeah.
Was going to be in my number 1 movie. Did you figure out who it was or what it was?
I'm going to go. I'm thinking John Voight. I'm thinking that the actor was John Voight.
What movie do you think it is?
That's what I'm trying to pick my brain about. I'm not sure.
You're wrong. Sorry. Okay. Who was the guy that played Baba Joe Hill? Derek Luke.
Okay.
Let Booby Spin.
Hang on.
Let Booby Spin. Friday Night
Lights.
That's my favorite sports movie of all time.
That is a good one.
Billy
Bob
Bob Thornton.
Thornton can't lose.
Well, that's more from the TV show a little, but hey, you got
Same
Billy
thing.
Bob Thornton giving a great halftime speech. Wanted to make me run through a brick wall. Clear eyes, full heart, can't lose. Depicts the life of high school football for a football player back in high school,
especially in Texas.
No, 100% in Texas. Booby Miles, what could have been. Midland cheating. Remember, if you're going to do it, you're going to knock them out with Nikes on your feet. Lucas Black, his roll to fame. Great movie. So I'm going to go. I'm sticking with my movies. Remember, folks, I was going to make a lot of people mad that remember the Titans on my top 5. They're at 6. I think that's it for the show. Starkey, any closing remarks?
I think so too.
Okay. I mean, any comments with mine? Anything you didn't like with my my top 10?
No.
I do like Space Jam at 1. That's a good hot take. I think my hot take, I took the hot take tonight. Put it
100%. And it's about time. I'm not going to name any names, man, because I'm not sure what it is, but I'm sick of getting roasted by your buddies at work. So it's your turn this week, not me.
Hey, I love it.
But yeah,
okay.
Well done tonight, sir.
That is it. We'll be here same time, same place next Monday. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you know somebody looking for to sponsor a podcast, reach on out to us. Bye, everybody.
Have a good night. Be safe.